Howdy folks, it's Alter and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are 50% done with the Mediterranean Coast Bush Trip. One leg per video, leg 5. I assume you've heard me rant in the previous 4, so that's all the introduction you get. Let's continue. Alright, I know I just said one leg per video, and I know I've been saying one leg per video for like the past 100 legs of bush trips, but for this one, this video, I think we're going to combine 5 and 6. Might as well, because 6 and 7 are short. So if we do 5 and 6 in this video, and 6 and 7 in the next video, it should still be a very reasonable length video once it's edited down. Otherwise, some of these could be like 10-minute videos once I edit them down. So we're going to do 5 and 6 on this leg. Let's see, we're just getting things started like we do every bush trip. We're going to zoom out on this a little bit here, maybe like that. We'll start like that. Repair and refuel as well. Look over here, bam, bam, bam. Already decluttered this mess over here, got that ready to go, and first set of flaps down, and let's have a look at where we are. All right, sunrise again. Every leg starts at sunrise, 8 a.m. Pretty cool concept, I think. Oh yeah, this was the short runway, which isn't that short. No, we have some shorter ones coming up, I think. Let's see, looking at the mountains in the background, the sun over there, but blocked by the hills here. Just fabulous. We got some snow-capped stuff over there. Okay, cool. Alrighty, rewind and pause the tape if you want to see more. Here we go. Let's get rolling with less rambling. We're going to Sierra Juliet. Should be a quickie, so let's get going. Cartagena. Launch and set course to the southeast of Cartagena, a city that looks over the Mediterranean and has dramatic backdrop of rugged mountain peaks. Easy 120 for 8.5 minutes. So let's do 120. I guess it doesn't matter which way we go. Let's go like this, and there is 120, 8.5 minutes. Let's get autopilot set up. Again, we just use autopilot with heading bugs. We can look out the window and sightsee, right? If I were doing all this without taking video, I would manually fly all of it. All right, let's have a quick preview of where we think we're going, just so we can see what we got for terrain. So we're going to go 120, 37, 30, and 284. So we're going to go 120, which is like this, and 37, then, oh, okay. I'm assuming we're going to bypass all these mountains. I assume we're just going to go out here. Actually, more like out here, down here, and then up. So we're going to, whoops, wrong one. So we're going to 41 is kind of high to see stuff. Let's aim for 41 until we get towards the coast, and then we'll come down to 32. Makes sense. We're going to use a heading bug, and we're going to do vertical speed only 800 feet. Let's do 500 feet per minute because no, we're starting at 660. Let's do up. What? Oh, whoops! I'm the wrong way. I'm like, why? Okay, there we go. Wow. All right. I'm not sure what happened there, other than a brain malfunction. Okie dokie, that's it. We're good to go. That's what we got to do. Simple as that. Quick introduction today because I want to get 2 legs in. And again, the parking brake. The parking brake cooperated for the first time ever. Nice. Anyway, I want to get 2 legs into this video without rushing the navigation and sightseeing part. So we're going to go... Do we have enough runway for this? We do not really. We're going to hit up 58. They're going to pop up. And there it is. Goodness gracious. Brakes to stop the wheels. Do not clip the trees. Look out, birds. Look out, the turtle's flying. Never let a turtle fly. Flaps coming in. Let's start the timer. And let's hand fly out of here while I crash into the ground because I'm not looking at my gauges while I set the timer because I don't have peripheral vision. Alright, here we go. And bam, 120. We overflew it a little bit. That's fine. Then we're doing this for how many hours? 8.5 minutes. See, that's why I'm climbing to 4100. Just get over the hills in front of us, and then we'll come down after that. Alrighty, very simple. Let's look out the window for a moment. So if you haven't seen any bush trip videos today, I don't know why you'd start with this one in the middle of a bush trip, but hey, whatever you got to do, whatever you want to watch. But I would assume most of you have watched my bush trip videos, so I'm not going to repeat myself here. Look at all that traffic. Did you see that? All that traffic in the roundabout? Goodness gracious. Alright, let's go to autopilot. just so we can look out the window, because we're getting off course here, trying to look out the window that way. Alrighty, checking things out while the co-pilot talks to us. We know co-pilot, but can't get rid of that. It's going to tell us one more thing, and then we'll get going to sightseeing here without my voice already. As quickly as that. I'm looking at the main highway in the background. Yeah, just enjoying things. Come on, co-pilot. You got something else to say? Tell me. I'm waiting for you. So we can go out sightseeing here. Man, look at that. There we go. Oh, look at this. The scenery on this entire bush trip has been like 10 out of 10 since the very first leg. And what I'm talking about when I say stuff like that is the scenery sometimes is pretty awful, especially during the bush trips where you think they would do a better job with it. And what I mean by that is sometimes the scaling is off, sometimes the auto-gen just doesn't match what the satellite is picking up. I'm talking about the satellite overlay, mesh stuff, topography, whatever word they're using. And then, yeah, sometimes it's just awful, like when you get closer to the mountains. But in this case, this entire bush trip has been 10 out of 10 since the very first minute we took off. So, very pleased with that, and also pleased with how bumpy and mountainish this is. Yeah, so cool. I'm starting, my voice is getting slow because I'm like, did I say this was Australia in this leg or previous leg? If I did, I sure hope I caught it in editing and made a comment. If not, I feel like an idiot. Anyway, you all know the drill. We're gonna sightsee. I'm gonna cut it down for time, but you're gonna see everything in terms of sightseeing wise. This says about 8 minutes, and we're at almost 3, and we're looking for a city on the water with backdrop of rugged mountains, which are probably these here. So I will see you in just a moment. Well, would you look at that? The scenery. Look at all those roundabouts, too. The scenery is just... ugh. I just can't get enough of this. I just cannot get enough of this. Hopefully you're watching this on a device that reflects the same emotions and perspective, I guess. We're about to reach the coast. We'll wait till we hit the 8-minute mark or so. Although our town is probably here, because that's what we're looking for. Is a town, so let's hop outside and use our drone just to check things out. Ooh, not as many swimming pools here, just the one. Oh, there's 2 in there. That's some apartment complexes. Alrighty, look at that. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine what this looks like in real life? I say that a lot, don't I? See, they have the roundabouts right in Europe. They make them big enough. Here in the United States, they'll like, here is a 30-foot in diameter roundabout. In fact, we'll make this one 15 feet. Now, go around it, don't hit each other. It's like, that's not how roundabouts are supposed to work. But I digress. Alrighty, here we go. Next order of business. We're going to turn 37 degrees, and we're going to fly to the northeast, cutting inland to Los Alcázares. Cáceres. It's not Z, it's Z. It's like an S, but not as S as that S. Although the Spanish I learned was, Latin American, or back then we called it Mexican Spanish, which you would not get away with in today's climate. But so South American, Central American Spanish, I guess, would be more appropriate, perhaps nowadays. And it's not quite a Z, or it's not quite an S, but it's not a Z either. So Cáceres, give or take. I don't know. Being in the Mediterranean, I'm sure their accent at least is very different, let alone things like that. I just thought I'd ramble about that for a moment. So anyway, oh my gosh, I can't get enough of the scenery. Cannot get enough of the scenery. Anyway, we really do need to turn. So let's turn 37 degrees. And we'll stay at this altitude. I did stop us at 3,200 if you didn't notice. Some people with keen eyes will say stuff like that, like, hey, you didn't do what you were saying. I'm like, I know, I changed my mind. So I try to call it out when I change my mind. So we stopped at 3,200. Is plenty high for this. Otherwise, 32 degrees, and I restarted the timer for 5 minutes. We're going to go to Los Alcáceres. Means the something. I don't know. I'm not sure what that word means. Then after that, we'll read about the next two things and land, just like that. So that's it. If I say any more, I'm just making up stuff for the sake of talking. So I'll see you after some sightseeing. Okie dokie, time to make our next move. What were we doing? We were going to Los Alcáceres, which I don't know what that is. I assume we did. We're following the instructions. Let's restart the timer here, and let's change to 30 degrees, and then we'll read about what's going on. Well, there we go. Barely a change at all. We're going to San Pedro del Pinatar. Okay, continue on the northeast, heading to the small coastal community of San Pedro del Pinatar. Pinatar, whatever that is. Okay. Do that for about 3 minutes, and then we'll go to our airport, turn to the west, and land at Palma de Mallorca Airport. Okay, let's see if that is on our thing yet. Oh, what? Whoa. What? Yeah, okay, because 284. Got it. Okay, so we're probably over... Oh, there you go. That's probably what we're supposed to be looking at right now. We're just way ahead of schedule. I'm guessing. I'm guessing if I were to pull up Google Maps, this is what we're supposed to be looking at. I'm not sure what's going on here. Are they going to build stuff here? Or is this like a park where you go and park? You drive from here, and you park, and then you look at your house? I don't know. I'm sure they're going to build there. Okay, we're way ahead of schedule, apparently. So let's do 284. Let's do 284 super fast. And we'll see if that puts us towards the airport, or if we're actually just way off base and we just kind of screwed up this whole thing. I'm pretty sure we didn't screw up the whole thing. I'm sure it's supposed to be like this. Let's look out the window while we can. Holy moly. After they make this video, though, after I record it, I'm going to check out these places on Google Maps and see if I screwed up, because I feel like I did. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Anywho, that looks great. Let's look out this window, give this side some attention. There we go. And airport. See, we didn't do anything wrong. We're going right at it like we're supposed to. Our RPMs are a little high though. Right now we're looking at Sandero Tapinatar. So, and then up there is the other place, I think. I mean, no, this is I'm sure I got the backwards. This is Los Alcalzares, and then Pinatar must be around here somewhere. Let me look at Google Maps right now as I chit chat with you. Yeah, so this is San Pedro del Pinatar right here. So then Los Alcalzares is, where is that? That was way back. Yeah, okay, so we got that one right. We got this place right. But Pinatar's back here. Okay, there we go. So just to clarify, just so I don't look like too big of an idiot. So anyway, here we go. It's time to come down now and land at an airport that's nearby. Very, very nearby. So let's bring the throttles all the way back so we start to descend very quickly. And now let's look for the airport, which should be off the nose. Let's turn towards it so we can find it. Let's see. Okay, there's the river right under us now, so the airport should be really close. How come it's not obvious? Maybe it is that out there. I mean, that's what I thought originally because I saw the beacon, but then looking at the scale of the map and there's the river, I thought maybe it was over here, but no, that has to be it. Let's look at a reference image. Yeah, because there's that patch there, so that must be that patch there. Perhaps? I think I'm looking at the right thing. Not sure, but anyway, we're going to come down, and then we're going to prepare as though that is our airport, and if it isn't, we'll figure it out. I don't know, let's look out the window and enjoy things very briefly, and look at that mountain in the middle, and there we go, done. That does not look like the airport anymore. Is it? No, that can't be it. Where's our airport? Hello? There it is. right there. The one that we're completely missing. Okay. So let's do this. Let's fly over it, set our heading bug so we know what runway heading is, and then we will make a traffic pattern. Sorry, I'm talking at the same time. I'm distracted by how the scenery cut. Did you see that? How it's spliced together there. Alright, so here is runway heading. Let's set heading bug. There we go. It's not no runway heading. Let's make a nice traffic pattern here. And land at this airport, which I'm very glad I had GPS because there's no way I would have spotted that among all this other stuff. It's just too small. We will stay just above flap range here, flap speed. Let's give a little bit of throttle to keep us from descending. And nose down so we keep our speed. Some more throttle to make up for it. So remember, you nose down to go faster, but then you would naturally descend. So then you do more throttle to stop descending. So, I mean, you could also say you give a lot of throttle to go faster too, but that's only if you hold your pitch the same, right? So they do work hand in hand, but on the most basic level, pitch for speed, up or down, throttles for ascending, up or down. Alright, we'll give ourselves some space here. Then we're going to come around, get into flap range. Alright, here we go. We are going to descend, so throttles are back. And I want throttles back to slow down because I'm going to let it nose down a little bit, which would speed us up normally. So there you go. Contradicting what I just said. Alrighty. A little bit of throttle. We're descending faster than I want to. Whoa, what am I doing? Where's the airport? Where'd you go?
500.
We're next to it. What? Really? I swore I gave us way more space than that. Okay, well now this is, I should be kind of embarrassed by this, but I'm not. Okay, we're going to go the other direction. I guess we have a nice headwind too of what? 3 knots? Okay, so we should land in the other direction anyway. Well, that was very strange. That was very strange. I swore I gave myself more space than that. Alright, let's bring flaps in so we can speed up a little bit without causing any stress to the aircraft. Then I will turn around and then we'll land. As soon as the heading bug gets straight down, it should be the runway heading. There it is. Perfect. First set of flaps already down. I put them down a second ago. Second flap's down. We're going to gain some speed and come in hot. Oh boy. We shouldn't come in this hot. Full flap now just because this is a short field landing, which means I should be doing about 60 knots right now, not 81. So we'll see if we can bleed off enough speed without hitting those trees. This might be too fast. We might have to do a go around, which turtle normally doesn't do. Alright, here we go. Let ground effects help us out. And we're going to land hot. Do not do this at home. Will the brakes stop us in time? Oh, this was my worst landing in like a year. That is not how you do this. I should have done a go around. I'm just getting impatient. Alright, it counted it, even though we landed on the threshold. Okay. Do not land like that if you want to be realistic. That was terrible. Should have done a go around, but like I said, I'm getting kind of impatient here. So let's continue with the next leg. Leg 6, I believe. Alright, and because we just continued with the bush trip, they put us where we left off, which is fine, because now I just need to turn around without back taxiing. Anyway, I feel silly because STL is like one of my specialties, landing in very, very, very small, tight areas, and I screwed up the most difficult landing on this bush trip, even though that's what I normally do best. So that's kind of dumb and frustrating, but we'll get over it. Here we go, repair and refuel, although we hardly used anything at all. And let's just continue. What are we going to do next? All right, here we go, another short leg to LEAL. All right, Laguna de Torrevieja. After lifting off, set a northeasterly course and visit Laguna de Torrevieja, a large pink-colored lake. I should have quit when I was head on that pronunciation. So here we go, 40 degrees for 5 minutes. Actually, let's step autopilot first. Let's see what we're doing. 40 degrees, so we're going to go, we're going to turn around, go this way, blah, 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 blah. We land on the water, but we might, let's start with a low altitude. Let's start with a low altitude and then, whoops, wrong one. There we go. And then if we have to adjust it, we will accordingly. Flight director, heading bug. We're going to go up at 600 feet per minute. There we go. So what did I say? How many degrees? 40 degrees. 40 degrees, which is right there. Behind us. Perfect. 40 degrees for 5 minutes. Okay, we won't start the timer though until we have left the airport. So let's, actually we're not going to do a taxi view because we're just going to start like this. And parking brake is on again. There we go. So we're going to do a little back taxi. How about the flaps? We do next. We're going to do 2 flaps. Come on. There we go. Let's make a U-turn. Make it easy, please. Make it easy. And then we'll take off. And we'll, actually, let's give ourselves as much space as possible. We'll do kind of a mini turn and burn here. Normally you would just sit and hold the brakes while you rev it up. But I like turn and burn in a small aircraft because you normally wouldn't do it. You normally don't do a turn and burn in a tiny aircraft. I just like to because it's funny. So here we go. Here we go. If you don't know what a turn and burn is when you're still on the taxiway, but the runway is so short that you actually rev up and goose the throttle as you're turning onto the runway, which I have experienced in real life. Leaving Long Beach Airport, I guess it would have been almost 20 years ago now. Flaps or brakes, just stop the wheels, flaps coming in. And we'll start the timer right away. Here we go. And I guess we can also engage autopilot immediately. We normally don't have to, especially in GA, but we are right now. Why is it bouncing up and down to get to 600? Jeez Louise. Anywho, turn and burn, leaving Long Beach. Can't remember what we were in, probably a 737 heading back to Minneapolis. It was like 20 years ago. We were on the taxiway and all of a sudden we spooled up. I'm like, what's going on? And we turned and like whipped you around the corner like you're in a race car. It was amazing how fast we were when he turned onto the runway. And then we took off and we felt the wheels stop shaking as soon as we got airborne. And then at that second, bam, threshold right under the wheels. It was crazy. I knew what I was looking at. I knew what we were experiencing. And it was kind of like freaky to experience that. And then when you land at Long Beach, they have brakes on max, and like as soon as you touch down and those brakes kick in, it throws you into the seat in front of you. It's awesome. Anyway, there's your story time. For those of you looking for story time, let's quickly look out the window and enjoy the scenery of this leg. And then we will get to some sightseeing here without my voice in a second. Oh, this is fantastic. Look at this. Wow. Crazy. Also, too, since I'm in the middle of this, I want to give a shout out to all my fans, especially my biggest fans, who joined me on a live stream. Okay, by the time I watch this, I did a live stream like 2 months ago. I just haven't been recording since then. But thank you for watching. Thank you for stating how much you've been following me and how much you enjoy my videos. It's one of those reality checks. Like, wow, people do actually watch my videos. Oh, people actually watch, and I can't believe it. I just love doing this, and then the fact I'm sharing it with everybody makes it all the more special. Even though I'm an ambivert, I love sharing things with people. Like, I won't even fly at all unless I'm recording, because I'm like, why would I fly if I'm not sharing it with people? Why would I play Minecraft if I'm not sharing it with people? Why would I do it just for myself in my basement? So thank you all. The reason why I'm doing that shout out now is because, you know, my biggest fans would be the one watching this, right? So there you go. Alrighty, there's a waterfall going on the bridge. That is super cool. Alrighty, let's see. What were we doing? I'm enjoying myself way too much. 5 minutes of this stuff to Laguna de Torrevieja. Pink colored lake. We're going to look for a pink colored lake, and I will see you in a minute. Alright, there is our pink colored lake. It doesn't look too pink to me. Maybe because of the flight simulator plugin in its own thing. But it's this lake right here, so I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, we've overflown our welcome because I was having way too much fun. Alright, so after that, there's another Laguna de la Mata, which, you know, 2 minutes out has to be this other lake. So let's just stop this for a second and pop outside and have a look. So there's the pink colored one with a lot of residents in between. Holy cow. And then the other one. So there you go. Both of your lakes. Look at this density. Jeez Louise. Just think about this. Excuse me, I have hiccups again. Think about you and your house, right? However many people in your house, 1, 10, 4, 2, whatever. And then think about your neighborhood. Right? Zoom out to your suburb or your city. Zoom out to your metropolitan area. Zoom out to the region. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, right? And think of that. So all the people in just your immediate area times billions. Not so many people in the world. But just look at this. Oh my gosh, there are probably so many people here. There are probably more people here than I've seen in one time, ever. Wow. And then it's around the world. Crazy. Alright, we're past the water, so we're getting off here. So let's immediately turn to 12, and then we'll talk about the next thing. So 12 it is. Right there, start the clock, and now let's read about what we're doing. So we read about Laguna de Torrevieja. We read about Laguna de la Mata, or Mata, not Malta, de Laguna Mata. Green colored, yeah, no green in the sim, but I take your word for it. Now we're going to Salinas Santa Pola. Fly northeast to Salinas Santa Pola, a nature reserve protecting a series of natural saline lakes that support a wide variety of wildlife, maybe. including flamingos. Salinas, Santa, Salinas, Santa Pola. There we go. Including flamingos. Are there going to be flamingos in the sim? Because they do have flamingos in the sim as fauna, but are they going to be here? I doubt we're going to see them from this altitude if they are. Alrighty, so 12 degrees for 4 minutes and 6 seconds. So, nature reserve, I mean, imagine on the map it's up in this area. Salinas on the Pola. Alright, that's it. I am going to bring you back outside. And here we are, just like that. We're ahead of schedule a little bit, so let's restart our timer here. And now we're headed 51 degrees for 3.5 minutes. Let's do 51. There we go, off to the right. Cool, let's look out the window while we're at it. Check out the coastline. Ooh, look at that. Look at all these miles of beaches. Check that out. Wow. Very cool. Alrighty, let's read about what we're doing. Let's bring back throttles too because we're in the red again. Come on, back. There we go. Okie dokie. We're going to Arenales del Sol. Alright. Northeast of the Salinas Santa Pola lies Arenales del Sol, one of the most beautiful stretches of white sand beaches on the Iberian Peninsula. So something of the sun, right? Arenales del Sol. Kind of funny that he just mentioned all the beaches. Oh no, it's not White Sand Beach, it's White Sand Beach. White Sand Beach on the Iberian Peninsula. Obviously they don't have a proofreader, because this isn't like ESL stuff. This is, or I guess it's EOL now. See, gotta keep up. We used to call it ESL, English as a second language, but it's actually EOL, English as other language, because most people, English is not their second language, it's their fifth language or fourth language. It's naive of us in the United States to believe that people only speak 2 languages. So there you go. See, I learned that stuff from my wife. She's a professor at a college. So there we go. All right. Cool. 3.5 minutes. I just wasted most of those minutes just blabbing on. Then after that is Alicante. Turn 90 degrees into a northwest heading and land at Alicante Elche Miguel Hernández Airport. Okie dokie. So we're looking for the airport, which should be pretty dang close. Maybe it's right there. Because again, we're really out of schedule. So we'll fly out and then we'll do our straight and land our straight and we'll do our left landing. I don't really think I'm even going to give you much sightseeing because it's going to happen so dang fast. Let's stop this since we know where we are. And maybe I'll even just kill autopilot right now. First of all, let's see if we can see this airport. Right here maybe? Like right in front of my face? That would make sense. Let's do our final look outside. And I really do mean it needs to be our final look outside because we need to land a plane in a moment here. Lots of great things just on these 2 legs. Actually just this leg in particular. Leg 6 I think, right? Just incredible. Incredible. Alrighty, let's actually I'm checking that mountain out right there with the sun shining on it. Oh. This is ridiculously amazing. Alrighty, let's get rid of the autopilot machine and bring back throttles. Not, well, yeah, quite a bit. I guess we do need to come down. I'll say not too much, but Yes, we need to descend, and we don't need that much of a final, so let's start our turn now. Whoops. So that we're doing no more than 90 degrees. It would be best to hit it at like 45 so we can see it, because we don't have peripheral vision in a simulator, which makes things much more difficult. You also don't have the sense of feel, which makes it much more difficult. I've heard from every real-life pilot who is well-versed in the sim, and every sim pilot who gets to try a real airplane, everyone says flying in real life is way easier than the simulator. You have peripheral vision, you can sense the feel of things. Like in the sim, you'll realize, whoops, I climbed 300 feet, didn't realize it. Well, in real life, you feel yourself climbing to a point, but like, you know, you feel the updrafts and stuff. So anyway, that was my excuse for turning sooner than later, even though we're not even turning. Jeez, man, I gotta get on some actual non-bush trips, because then I have to try a little bit harder. The bush trips are becoming, well, they've been easy enough now that you don't have to try as hard if you're doing a flight, especially IFR, even VGA. When you're coming into land with ATC and stuff, you know, they give you altitudes and all these things. You gotta follow the approach path and things, even if you're doing VG or GA, VFR. Actually VGA. I'm S-curving because I'm going way too fast. But these bush trips, you kind of do what you want, sort of, as long as you don't stress the aircraft and you end up where you're supposed to go. So I'm not saying I'm getting complacent. Oh, look at that post-apocalyptic little area. I'm not saying I'm getting complacent. It's just you don't have to try as hard when you do bush trips. So I'm getting kind of sloppy. The reason why I'm lower than I'm supposed to be is because I'm going to level off to get speed bled off here. Fortunately, it's a very long runway, so we have plenty of time. So again, just like the previous leg, this is not how you do an approach. You do not approach way over speed and then rely on the look at these things, they're so close. And then you just, you don't rely on this to bleed off speed. It works, but you're not supposed to do it this way. Look how cars don't mean to scare you. First set of flaps. And we'll do second flap in just a second here. There's second flap. And here we go. Go down, aim for the numbers, round out at the last moment here. Let ground effects take us. It's a wider runway than it looks, so we're actually pretty high yet. And there we go, grease it. Nose wheel down very gently, stay in the middle. On the brake, flaps coming in. And look for that save icon wherever you are. There you are. Okie dokie. A little longer than it's supposed to be like always, but there you go, 2 legs on once. Tune in to the next video and find out what the final 2 legs will look like. If you want to know how you'll know when that next video goes live or gets posted, like and subscribe, and I'll see you then.